on this week's edition of WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross's podcast, The Ross Report. It is officially confirmed that WWE are working on an Owen Hart compilation release. This is confirmed in several ways. Firstly, at the opening of the podcast, Jim Ross confirms that he is officially scheduled within the next few weeks to be interviewed for this WWE project. His guest on this week's Ross Report podcast is none other than fellow WWE Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart, who also officially confirms that in fact WWE are working on an upcoming release regarding his younger brother, the late Owen Hart. Now, Bret states several things about this upcoming project for WWE. First of all, he confirms something that was originally reported as true being not true. Originally, the reports, when this project was reported several weeks ago, it was reported that Owen's widow Martha was not only supportive of, but involved in this project. However, Bret has officially confirms on the podcast that Martha Hart is in no way, shape or form involved in this Owen Hart compilation. Bret states that he does not understand Martha's attitude regarding Owen and his wrestling career for the past 15 years plus. Of course, Owen sadly passed away in a tragic accident on May 23rd, 1999. Owen, of course, it was truly one of the best wrestlers that the Hart family ever had, and of course a much missed wrestler and person. Bret actually states several things regarding this release as well. Firstly, that at least the majority of the other members of the Hart family are very much behind WWE making this release. We have seen in the past, of course, Martha suing WWE because of images and footage of Owen being used in previous releases, such as Heart and Soul, the Hart Family Anthology. It is not known yet what exact, of course, settlement that WWE ended up reaching with Martha when she sued them, I believe it was last year or the year before, regarding Owen's images and footage being used in these types of releases and on the WWE network. Bret states that he wishes that Owen's children gets the opportunity to see footage of Owen's career and understand Owen's life as a professional wrestler. Bret states that in his opinion, and as I said, although he respectfully disagrees with Martha's attitude, that he wishes Owen's contributions to professional wrestling not only to be remembered but celebrated. Bret states that current and former WWE superstars will be interviewed and will be making contributions to the WWE Owen Hart compilation release. Now, of course, this is major news when it comes to this. Bret the Hitman Hart, the genuine real-life brother. Of course, there are many supposed cousins, supposed brothers in professional wrestling. We all know, of course, Bret, the genuine brother, one of many brothers, and many members of Owen's family, officially confirming this release, officially confirming that WWE are working on this compilation of Owen Hart, is major news. It officially puts all the rumours to rest. It officially blows them all out of the water. You can take it that Bret the Hitman Hart has now come out and publicly said that yes, although WWE have not officially confirmed it themselves, he has now confirmed that WWE will be putting a compilation release for regarding Owen Hart together. They are currently working on it, according to Bret and Jim Ross. Of course, they said Jim is scheduled to be interviewed in the next several weeks to make his contributions to it. And an interesting fact is that they also talk about some of the old Stampede wrestling footage. How much of that stuff will be involved in the compilation release, we do not know. No date was mentioned regarding this release. I'm assuming that it will probably be towards the end of the year. I don't think any date has been officially confirmed for it. I would like to see it before the end of the year, possibly the start of next year, but I would assume if they're working on it, it probably will be about the end of the year, the turn of the year, possibly January 2016. We've got a few people to interview, according to the interview on the podcast. Obviously we've got all the stuff to put together. Exactly what the compilation release will entail, we do not know, but considering that Bret and Jim Ross says that there are interviews being done for the release, I would hope that it would be a traditional kind of WWE release with a documentary regarding Owen's life and career, and of course a roundup of matches, of the best matches of Owen Hart's career. Now obviously many of them are on the WWE network, so if people were not who maybe watch this and were not were too young or were not around when Owen Hart was wrestling for WWE, go back on the WWE network, put in Owen Hart or the Blue Blazer. I like maybe stuff on there with the Blue Blazer. I think I found a couple of matches last time I searched Blue Blazer on the WWE network search facility. Go back, watch some of the matches. They talk about WrestleMania 10 on the podcast. They will talk about Bret's experiences wrestling Owen in Europe as well. But this is a major news now. Obviously, Owen, because of the attitude of his widow Martha, which again I'm not going to say, which I disagree with, but I respect her opinion. I don't quite understand where she's coming from. I don't think Bret and a majority of the family do either, but I respect if that is her opinion, that is her attitude to it. I respect that. Obviously, due to that and due to her past legal case against WWE, of course we will not know any settlement that came out from that. I believe they did reach a settlement last year or the year before, when she brought a legal case, like I said, against WWE for using his image and footage of Owen on the network on previous releases and so forth. We do not know exactly what the settlement would be. I don't think that is. I believe that there's a stipulation in the settlement for it not to be made public. However, as a fan of Owen, and I was like many devastated when the tragic accident occurred. I look forward to hopefully a good and respectful look back at the career of the late Owen Hart. I'm sure that many people will wish to purchase this. I know, of course, that may be one of the concerns of Martha Hart, that the legacy of Owen is not treated respectfully, and of course that's the thing. When anybody talks about Owen, whether it be Jim Ross on his podcast, Mick Foley, or Triple H, or anybody, whenever people who knew or wrestled or had any kind of relationship with Owen Hart, whenever they talk about him, it is always very positive. It's always telling, obviously, stories of his pranks. I mean, one of my personal favourite stories is when Owen, I think it was, cooks the chili sauce, the really chili sauce, and Harley Race ends up getting one of those electric tasers and puts it between Owen's butt cheeks. I think it's Mick Foley has told the story before. I believe it's certainly in one of his books. You know, the ribs, the practical jokes that Owen did on his friends and his colleagues, but never a bad word has been said about Owen Hart, and that's the kind of guy that he was. So I'm looking forward to seeing this release. Hopefully seeing a really good documentary about Owen's life, his career. Obviously it would be very interesting to see how they handle the end of his life, whether it's mentioned or whether I believe it was Eddie Guerrero's or Curt Hennig, I think it is, DVD. It just comes up that, you know, sadly he was found passed away in his hotel room. It would be a good thing to see how, in fact, the WWE handle the passing of Owen and how much it's mentioned. What the talk is there of the accident. Obviously, I don't want to go into the bits and the details of the accident. I don't think that would serve anybody any good whatsoever. But that is certainly a major story that, you know, Bret the Hitman Hart himself has officially confirmed that WWE are working on and will be releasing an Owen Hart compilation. Also, I believe it'll be coming out in the traditional formats, the Blu-ray, which I'm sure will be packed with more extras, DVD. I'm sure, hopefully, we'll get a good first look at it on the WWE Network as well. But that is certainly a major thing. The Owen Hart WWE release has been very much rumoured over the past several weeks, but I think this blows out all the rumours out of the water. It puts them to bed, lays them to rest, whatever saying you want to use. But certainly Bret the Hitman Hart has now officially confirmed WWE will be releasing a compilation DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, however format they're going to, in regards to his brother, the late Owen Hart. I look forward to it. Look forward to hearing what people's reaction is. Is this a good thing? Should this go ahead? Should WWE be pushing ahead with an Owen Hart release? Is this WWE so-called exploiting, because I don't know, Owen Hart's memory? You know, do people hold the same attitude that his widow Martha has? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Should WWE be going ahead with this? Or, in the words apparently of Martha Hart, letting Owen lie in peace?